Welcome back to our fourth and final match of Card Sharks here on the last episode of Game Show Night on the Fun for Freedom events. FinalFlame has won yet again. He's got 4 matches in a row and 22,200 rupees in his pocket. And now he's going to try to make it 5 in a row. And if he was on the CBS version of Card Sharks, it would be his last match because they had a limit of 5 matches. But there's no limit here on Game Show Night. You keep playing until somebody beats you. So, you ready to see if you can go for number 5, my friend?
Let's do this.
All right, we'll do this thing in just a moment. But we got to introduce your opponent. It is a rematch of the first match of Card Sharks today. It is ProfessorWhom. So, ProfessorWhom, is your body ready?
My body is ready.
Terrific. Good to have you back here on Card Sharks. So this is it, the last match of Card Sharks today. But this time we have flipped the positions. This time, FinalFlame, again, you're the champion, so you're again on the red card. This time, ProfessorWhom, you're on the blue card. So you guys know how the game works. So best of luck to the both of you. We're going to start game number 1, and question number 1 belongs to you, FinalFlame. And here it is. We asked 100 men in Mexico City, do you think women's liberation has ruined men in the United States? How many said they think women's lib has ruined U.S. men?
I'm going with 64.
64 out of 100 said that they think women's lib has ruined U.S. men. ProfessorWhom, is it higher or lower than 64?
Lower.
Lower than 64. Number of men in Mexico City think women's lib has ruined U.S. men is 32. Half of that number. You're right, ProfessorWhom. It's lower. Okay, ProfessorWhom, game number 1. Your first card's a king. You gonna play it?
Lower than that king.
Lower than the king? It's a 7. Yep. Got a 7, ProfessorWhom. Player freeze.
Let's go higher than the 7.
Risking it higher than the 7? It's a 10. Yep. You've got a 10. You're 2 cards away from game number 1. Player freeze.
Now I'm going to freeze.
Freezing on the 10. That protects your position, and it keeps our champion, FinalFlame, away from the cards. We'll go on to question number 2, and it belongs to you, FinalFlame, or ProfessorWhom, rather. It's your question, ProfessorWhom. We asked 100 married women, did your husband remember your last wedding anniversary? How many said that their husband did remember them on their anniversary?
I could go 50-50 and have FinalFlame decide, but let's go 75.
75 out of 100 said that they were remembered on their anniversary. FinalFlame, is it higher or lower than 75?
Oh, I'm on the fence. I'm going to say lower.
Lower than 75. Number of married women who said they were remembered on the anniversary is 86. It's not lower, it's higher. ProfessorWhom, you have control of the cards. And yep, those husbands better remember their wives' anniversaries, because if they don't, that's when they get really mad. But yep, 6 out of every 7 people
Indeed.
said, yep, very good. So good logic on your part. ProfessorWhom, you've got a 10. You want to change it?
Let's get that 10 out of here.
All right, changing that 10 to a queen. All right, ProfessorWhom, what's this?
Lower than the queen.
Lower than the queen? It's a 9. All right, ProfessorWhom, near the middle with a 9, but you're 1 card away from game number 1. What are you going to do?
The last time I froze didn't work out too well for me on the last game. Lower than the 9.
All right. Yeah, we have not seen any low cards, so maybe something will come up for you. If it's lower than the 9, you will win game number 1. Is it? No, it's a jack. Sorry about that, ProfessorWhom. That means FinalFlame gets a free shot at the cards. FinalFlame, you cannot change this card. Your card's a jack. What's this?
Lower.
Lower than the jack? It's a 2. Now what?
Gotta go higher.
Higher than the 2? It's a queen. Oh boy, here we go again. What are you going to do?
Lower.
Lower than the queen? It's a 10. Okay, FinalFlame, big decision. If you get this wrong, you're going back to that jack, but you're 1 card away. What are you going to do? Play or freeze?
I gotta go for it and say lower.
All right, if it's lower than the 10, Final Flame will have stolen this game for Professor Whom. Is it lower than the 10? Yes, it's a 9! Final Flame wins game number 1. Wow!
Well done.
Unreal.
Man,
Thank you.
Final Flame
Stop.
can do no wrong today. Wow. All right, so Final Flame, you have 100 more rupees on your side of the board, and Professor Whom, you know what you gotta do. You gotta hope that those cards are better for you. Okay. Game number 2, we start with a question with you, Final Flame. We asked 100 priests, do you believe in capital punishment for convicted murderers? How many priests said that they believe in capital punishment for convicted murderers?
I'm going with 20.
20 out of 100 said that they believe in capital punishment. Professor Whom, is it higher or lower than 20?
I'm gonna say higher.
Higher than 20. Number of priests who believe in capital punishment is 51. You're right, Professor Whom. It is higher. You have control of the cards. And Professor Whom, your first card is a jack. Do you want to play it or change?
Let's go lower.
All right, keeping the card lower than the jack. It's a 4. Yes. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna say higher, but if it's another 4.
I know.
then-
Last time you had a 4, it was another 4. Well, let's hope it's a better card. Higher than the 4. Oh no, it's a 3. Ooh, oh, I don't know what's worse.
It would be.
Of course. All right, Final Flame. That means you get another shot at the cards. Your card's a queen. What's the call?
Lower than the queen.
Lower than the queen? It's a 7. All right, near the middle with the 7. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna play it safe and freeze.
Freezing on the 7. All right, protecting your position. We'll move on to question number 2. Professor Whom, the question goes to you. We asked 100 people, have you ever watched a television commercial that was so moving it actually made you cry? How many people said that they have watched a commercial that actually made them cry?
Oh gosh, I don't know commercials in like the 80s. 35%?
35 out of 100 said that they have seen a commercial that has made them cry. Final Flame, is it higher or lower than 35?
This could go either way. I'm going with lower.
Lower than 35. I got a feeling you're right, Final Flame. I'll bet it's lower than 35 too, but we'll see. Number of people have watched the commercial that made them cry is 24. Yes, indeed, Final Flame, it was lower. You have control of the cards. You've got a 7, and you're going to change that card, right?
Let's get that 7 out of here.
All right, that 7 now becomes a 3. Final Flame, call this.
Higher.
Higher than the 3? Oh no, another 3! And for the first time in quite some time, the cards fail him in the front game. Break for you, Professor Whom. You've got a jack. Call this.
I momentarily forgot my push to talk key. Okay, lower.
Lower than the jack? Oh no, it's a queen! Can you believe that? Well, neither player...
I can believe it.
Yep, I had a feeling. Neither player makes any progress. We go to question number 3. Final Flame, we asked 100 mothers of millionaires. Can you spot a girl who's after your son's money a mile away? How many said that they can spot a gold digger?
I'm going with 72.
72 out of 100 said that they can spot a gold digger. Professor Whom, is it higher or lower than 72?
I'm gonna say higher.
Higher than 72. Number of mothers of millionaires who can spot a gold digger is 35. No, it's not higher. It's lower than that. Final Flame has control of the cards. You've got a 3. What are you going to do?
Higher.
All right, let's see if it's higher this time. It's a jack, yes. Final Flame, a jack, player freeze.
I'm going to play it lower.
Lower than the jack? It's a 7. Okay, Final Flame, big decision here. You're 1 card away from your 5th championship in a row. You're near the middle with the 7. Play or freeze.
This is a tough one. I'm going to play it, though, and say it's higher.
All right. If it's higher than the 7, you will have won another match. Is it higher than the 7? No, it's a 6. It's not higher, and Professor Whom gets a reprieve. He gets a free shot at the cards. You've got a jack. What's the call?
Lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack? It's a 6. Okay, Professor Whom, player freeze.
Higher than the 6.
Risking it higher than the 6. Oh no, it's a 2. It is not higher. And gentlemen, for the first time today, we go into sudden death. Somebody has to win on this play of the cards. Control is very important. Professor Whom, we asked 100 single women. Is it a sin for a married man to have sex with another woman? Well, after dark card sharks again. How many said that
BRB, well, I changed the title to Late Night.
Yeah.
So Night After Dark.
How many said they think it is a sin?
Let's go with lucky number 75.
75 out of 100 said that they think it's a sin. Final Flame, is it higher or lower than 75?
I am going higher.
Higher than 75. Number of women who said they think it is sin is 69, dudes! How appropriate for a
Wow.
question like
Oh,
this.
man.
All right, it is not higher,
Well,
it's
I mean-
lower.
Has it been both the After Dark questions that have had that as the answer?
I don't know. There was another 69 earlier. I don't know if it was an after dark question, but there it is again. Okay, Professor Whom, we're in sudden death. You have control. Here are your options. Professor Whom, you've got a jack. You can change the card if you'd like, but you'd have to call 4 cards in a row correctly to win. Make one mistake, and you lose the game and the match. Or you could pass it to Final Flame. He's got a 3, and he's got 3 cards in a row that you have to call. If he goofs, you would win and tie up this match. So, Professor Whom, play or pass?
Okay, let's see here. Now, if I play it, I will most definitely lose because the cards hate me. But if I pass it to him, he's probably gonna win. So I don't know. Take it.
You're gonna pass the control of Final Flame then?
These cards are evil. I'm sure they'll let you lose or something.
All right, he's passed the control to you, Final Flame. You've got to call these 3 cards in a row. If you do so, you win the match. If not, we'll go to the tiebreaker. Final Flame, a 3. Call this.
Higher.
Higher than the 3. Oh no, it's a 2! And Professor Whom's hunch was right. He wins game number 2. We've got a tie game.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
Nicely done. Good choice.
okay, so it all comes down to this. We go to the tiebreaker game. That means each of you are going to have 3 cards, but only 1 question. So that means automatically we're in sudden death right now. So this is it. Whoever wins this game wins the match and plays the money cards. Final Flame, the question goes to you. And you're right, I should have changed the question to After Dark Card Sharks. They're the title rather than After Dark Card Sharks. Says here's another funny question. Final Flame, we asked 100 married men, if you were infertile and wanted children, would you permit your wife to become pregnant by artificial insemination? How many said that they would permit it?
I'm going with 68.
68 out of 100 said that they prefer artificial insemination. Permit artificial insemination, rather. Professor Whom, is it higher or lower than 68?
Let's go lower.
Lower than 68. The number of married men who would permit this is 38. You're right, Professor Whom. It's lower. You have the all-important control of the cards. Okay, again, this is sudden death. Here's the situation. We're going to show both of you your base cards, and then you will make a decision based off of that. Professor Whom, your card's an 8. Final Flame's card's a 9. You can either play the control and change the 8 if you like, and call these 2 cards in a row correctly. But if you make a mistake, Final Flame will win the championship. Or you can pass it to Final Flame, who's got a 9 near the middle. He cannot change the card, and he's got to get his 2 cards in a row correct to win. And if he goofs, Professor Whom, you will become the new champion. So, big decision here. Play or pass.
I almost feel like flipping a coin at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty much a coin flip. Both of you have bad base cards. You can change your card, but you remember, if you make the mistake, it's
Right.
all over.
Yeah. I only have room for 1 mistake,
That's correct.
but I have 2 abilities to make it. So take it. You're probably gonna win.
All
If so,
right.
congratulations.
All right, he's passed the control to FinalFlame. Okay, FinalFlame, this is it. You've got a 9. You cannot change it. 2 cards correct to win. Make 1 mistake, and ProfessorWhom becomes the new champion. So with a 9, what's the call?
I'm going lower.
Lower than the 9? Oh no, it's a 10, and we have a new champion. ProfessorWhom is going to play the money cards. Well done.
Congratulations.
Oh boy.
Wow,
Thank you.
what a comeback for you, ProfessorWhom. FinalFlame, you were 1 card away from winning your 5th championship in a row, but it just wasn't meant to be this time. But you won 22,300 rupees. You're one of the biggest winners in Card Sharks history. Did you have a lot of fun playing Card Sharks today?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. Good to have you here. You have been a wonderful champion. We will see you later on for some more game shows. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, not a problem. All right, ProfessorWhom, it's been a while since you've had the chance, but are you ready to hit the board and play money-making game?
My body is ready.
All right, then let's get to the cards. Okay, ProfessorWhom, you got 200 rupees for winning the match, and now you have a chance to turn that 200 rupees into 32,000 rupees. You know how this works. So, we're going to start you on the bottom row. You've got 200 rupees, and your first card is a 7. Do you want to play it or change it?
Let's change it.
All right.
Because I have a plan.
What number would you like? 1, 2, or 3?
Let's go with number 1.
Card number 1. All right, ProfessorWhom, let's see if we can improve your 7. The card now becomes a 10. All right. You have 200 rupees and a 10. Remember that the minimum bet is 50 rupees. What are you going to do?
Now, LOZ, this is the last Card Sharks game for the Fun for Freedom.
That's correct.
Right?
Yep.
So, I am going to go all the way for everyone. Every single one of these. So let's go all the way lower.
All right. Oh, I hope this works out. I want to see you pull this off, too. This will be a great way to end the Fun for Freedom Game Show Night series for Card Sharks. All right. Good luck to you, ProfessorWhom. All 200 rupees. Lower than the 10? You got it. It's a 5. All right. You now have 400 rupees, and you've got a 5. You cannot change the card. What are you going to do?
All of it higher than the 5.
All right. Double it. For 800 rupees, higher than the 5? Yes, it's a queen. Great. 800 rupees and a queen. What are you going to do?
All of it lower than the queen.
All right. Good luck to you. Let's see if we can clear the bottom row. 800 rupees, lower than the queen? It's a joker. All right. So you get another chance of winning the car at the end. Now remember, jokers are not wild. They just give you another chance of winning the car. You're going to make the same bet, right?
Correct.
All right. Again, 800 rupees, lower than the queen? It's a 9. Well done. Perfect first row. You've got 1,600 rupees. We'll move the 9 up to the next row. I'll give you the other 400 rupees. You've got 2,000 rupees and a 9. Do you want to play it?
Let's change that 9 to card number 2.
All right. Let's hope for a really good change, ProfessorWhom. I want to see you pull this off. Here we go. The 9 now becomes... Oh, another 9.
Ooh.
2,000 rupees and a 9. What are you going to do? Good luck.
All of it lower than the 9.
All right, ProfessorWhom. If we can just get through this card, maybe we've got a chance. All of it. 2,000 rupees, lower than the 9. You got it. It's a 4.
Yes.
4,000 rupees and a 4. What are you going to do?
Higher than that 4, all in.
Okay. For 8,000 rupees, is it higher than the 4? It's a king. 8,000 rupees and a king? What are you going to do here?
All of it lower than that king.
Oh, I really want this to be there for you, ProfessorWhom. I want to give you a shot at it. 8,000 rupees, lower than the king? It's a 4. Okay, ProfessorWhom, we move the 4 up to the big bet. You've got 16,000 rupees. Do you want that 4?
There's only one thing to do. All of it higher than the 4.
He's keeping the card, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, everybody in chat. Fingers crossed, everyone. He is trying to do the impossible here on Card Sharks. He's going all in. If it's higher than the 4, He will be the first contestant to win 32,000 rupees on Card Sharks here for Game Show Night. I really hope this happens for you, Professor Whom. Good luck. Here we go. For 32,000 rupees, please let it be higher than the 4. You did it! You did it! 32,000 rupees! He's done it! Oh my goodness! On the last game of Card Sharks for Game Show Night on Foot for Freedom! Whoa! 32,000 rupees! The card was a king! Well done! Congratulations! I salute you! Well done!
Oh wow.
All right.
That's the only way I could do it.
That
Just
was
had to do it.
awesome. That 9 was the 10 in the first row and that 9 on the second row. Those were the 2 scary cards. You pulled it off and you've won the
Wow.
32,000 rupees.
You-
Congratulations.
Thank you. You know what? The cards were in my favor.
They certainly were. You had lost so many matches in a row and you finally won one, and the wait was well worth it, wasn't it, Professor Whom?
Oh yeah, indeed.
All right. We're not quite done with you yet, though, Professor Whom. Now, I'm going to give you a chance to win a car, and you've got 2 jokers in which to do so. So, here we go. The car you're going to be playing for is the Hyundai Excel, worth 5,995 rupees. We've got 7 cards. Behind one of them is the word car. Find it.
Before I give out the numbers, I just want to say, I just want to say this one thing.
Yeah.
Suck it, Icy.
Oh, yes, because he was the one, if you guys remember back on, I think it was episode number 7, he was in the same position you were. And by the way, the card he had was the polar opposite of the 4. It was a queen, where only 2 cards can beat him. You know, a king and the ace. In your case, a 2 or a 3 could have beaten you. And he called all of it lower than the queen, and the card was a king. Well, you went all of it. How ironic. The card was a king on him, and the winning card for you for the 32,000 rupees was a king for you.
Wow.
That is so ironic. Boy, oh boy. So, now that we've got that off our chest, everybody's relaxed now, and everybody is, buzzing that you've won the 32,000 rupees. Let's see if you can win that car, and this will be, if you find that car, this would be the absolute best way to go out for Game Show Night Card Shark. So, give me 2 numbers.
Do you really need to ask me?
Nope.
It's 7 and 5.
Do you want me to go in that order?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do 7 and 5. 7, 5. Okay, chat, what numbers do you think it's behind? We've got Slowpoke as a gamer saying 3 and 7, and FinalFlame says 1 and 3. Okay, Professor
Say
Whom.
6 and 2.
6 and 2. All right, 6 and 2. Let's see if anybody wins the car, but more importantly, I want to see if Professor Whom can win the car. So we're going to start with the first card that you selected. That's card number 7. Best of luck to you. Here we go. Is the car behind card number 7? No, it isn't. But you've got one more shot at it, and I really would like to see the car here because, again, we have not given away a car in oh so long, so I want to see the car there. Is the car behind car number 5? Yes, it is! You won the car! I don't believe it! The absolute perfect bonus round!
Oh my
Yes!
gosh.
Holy smokes! You did it! So you've done it perfectly. You won the 32,000 rupees. You won the car. Your grand total, get this, for one match on Card Sharks here to close out Game Show Night on Fun for Freedom, 38,195 rupees. That is astounding. Congratulations. And thank you very much, Professor Whom, for giving Card Sharks on Fun for Freedom the best ending possible. What do you have to say to our fans?
I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank FinalFlame. I'd like to thank Icy for sucking it. I would like to. That's it. The end.
How about
I won.
How about me?
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
I very much wish I had an air horn ready right now.
Yeah. Wow. So,
we did it.
We did it. We ended Card Sharks on Games for Night for Fun for Freedom with the ultimate bang. That is totally awesome. I want to thank all the players who played on Card Sharks today, and all the players who have played Card Sharks on the history of games tonight on Front for Freedom. And I also want to thank the audience here who has helped us out, and all the moderators. You guys were terrific. But we will have another episode of Card Sharks when we start our venture on Game Show Night with GID. So, until next time, this is LOZ Cards Fan 23 saying thank you very much for playing, thank you very much for watching, and may all your cards be right. Goodbye, everyone.